Hi. I'm here to talk about objects. We are hoping to be the industry standard cross-platform service for AR/VR content. My name is Megan. I'm a partner at a studio called Superbright. If you're not familiar with us, we are a creative tech studio that builds pretty large-scale AR/VR and physical computing experiences for brands, institutions, and museums all over New York. This is our current team. So my co-founder is Igal Nassima. He's also the founder of Superbright. He's a full-stack engineer with experience at Google BetaWorks. My experience is in the AR/VR industry with enterprise and consumer applications. And Nate, who's here, is our late founder, who's our lead engineer, who's leading development on our prototype. So the problem that we're solving in 2 slides is pretty massive. So for all those who are familiar developing AR/VR, we have on the left a massive amount of 3D file formats. There's 25 currently. There is no standard, and there most likely will never be a standard. And on the right, we have this growing industry of AR/VR hardware and software platforms. What happens in the middle is this giant mess that requires hundreds of developer hours, caused by a few problems, one of which is if you have 500 3D models that you make ready for ARKit, say, those models are not necessarily ready to deploy to Oculus. That is all done manually, and as you have more models and more projects and more platforms you want to deploy to, that number becomes exponentially higher for brands. The other cost comes from when you want to access 3D models you perhaps created 2 years ago in Unity version 11.1. You pull those models up now, you're using Unity 11.5, and they're broken. So that's where Objects lives. We are solving that issue. We believe and know that for AR/VR to succeed, we need to separate the content stack from the hardware stack. We call this decoupling of content. It's actually a standard for 2D content on the web right now. So Objects is a secure private SaaS platform. It allows you to upload your 3D content of any file type, and then we automatically manage and distribute that content for distribution and conversion for all AR/VR hardware and software platforms. So that means as soon as you put your 3D content into our platform, it is automatically ready to be used for any software or hardware platform that exists. Our job is to maintain that conversion and the distribution of those models. What that also means is that when we separate content, it's getting a little technical, but when we separate content from hardware, that means that you can update the content in your app directly from our platform without ever opening up that application. Our initial market traction that we're going for is enterprise companies. This is based on research through Superbright and market research. Basically, these companies understand the value of AR/VR. They have hundreds of thousands of 3D models and product variations, and there's a huge roadblock for them to get that content and use it for AR/VR at a large scale. It's not financially possible for them right now. This is the first question I get asked is why doesn't Google or Facebook make this product already? The answer is that they are part of the problem. So if they were to create the solution, they would just make it for their platform and for their apps. We are completely agnostic, obviously, to hardware and software platforms. And we found that some content studios are hacking through parts of the solution, which actually costs them more time and money. Our advantage is our industry insight. We built this product out of a personal need from our studio. Again, we're completely agnostic. We have the resources and contacts. We're right now members of New Inc., which is the incubator within the New Museum. We have amazing advisors, and we have the ability to create this prototype without initial funding, which is supported by our studio. We're finishing the prototype January 18th, and we are hoping to raise a seed round this year in the next few months of $1 million. That will bring us to our MVP, which we can start bringing people onto our platform, standard SaaS platform. And then about a year later, we'll go for a Series A to grow the product. That's it.
Cool.